Welcome. This video is about why I think the subclass reworks were not done properly and how I believe we are losing class individuality as a result. Now, with that being said, let's blink into this. To start, I'm going to let you know that I am a Warlock main. I have been since D1 beta. I only say this so that you know how long I have been playing and what I have spent most of my time playing as. I'm going to try to keep this concise while breaking it up into parts, so you can hover over the preview bar and skip over/to any part you deem necessary. Let's take a brief look at where the classes used to sit. Titans were the protector, meaning they were good at keeping teammates alive while suppressing/disorienting enemies. Warlocks were the sorcerer, meaning they were good at dealing with large groups of enemies while keeping your abilities on a constant loop. And finally, we have hunters, seen as the assassin, meaning they take targets out from the shadows or sharpshoot their targets in rapid succession. Now, this was not definitive, seeing as each class had their own way of dipping into one or both other categories. Moving forward onto the launch of Destiny 2, things are mostly the same, the largest difference being that Titans can now deal AoE damage much easier, and Warlocks can now help keep teammates alive. Then we come to now, where anyone can do anything. Okay, now that we're all caught up, let's move on to how it may seem like we have more build opportunities, when in reality we have less overall. Let me explain. I'd like to start by reading a quote by co-developers for Civilization 4, Sid Meier and Soren Johnson. It goes as follows. Given the opportunity, players will optimize the fun out of a game, and therefore, one of the responsibilities of designers is to protect the players from themselves. I bring this up because while you may like to believe that this does not apply to you, it more than likely does in some way, shape, or form. The most likely case being with one of these four fragments. Echo of Leeching. Melee final blows start health regeneration for you and nearby allies. Echo of Undermining. Your void grenades weaken targets. Echo of Instability. Defeating targets with grenades grants volatile rounds to your void weapons. And finally, Echo of Starvation. Picking up orbs of power grant Devour. Now, these fragments are problematic for a few reasons, but I'd like to touch on one reason in particular, and that is how potent they are. If you're ever in a sticky situation, Echo of Leeching gets you out of that in just one melee hit. With two people running Echo of Undermining, no one else on your team really needs to be running any other form of debuff. Using Echo of Instability makes dealing with crowds trivial, while also providing a substantial increase to your void-based DPS. And finally, we come to Echo of Starvation. Probably the worst offender. Probably the worst offender because it is quite literally just one of the Warlock's aspects entirely, just activated slightly differently. Using Echo of Starvation, your grenades are constantly coming off cooldown, while also providing ludicrous amounts of HP, making you practically unkillable. I'd like to end this by making a suggestion on how this could be fixed. And that is quite simply making some of these fragments class-specific. Echo of Instability and Reprisal would go to the Titans. Echo of Expulsion and Starvation would go to Warlocks. And finally, Echo of Dilation and Obscurity would go to Hunters. I have a couple more ideas, but I don't want this video to be about ways to fix this problem. I just wanted to highlight some of the issues I am seeing with what they are currently doing with the subclass reworks. Thank you for watching the video all the way through. I hope I helped you look at the class reworks in a different light. If you like the video, please sub. Other than that, thanks for watching. I guess since we blinked in, we might as well blink out, huh?